No condom though. No condom though.
Remember how big mixtapes
That's
were?
another
Well,
conversation
like,
we
drop
need
mad.
to have.
Yeah,
well, even
actually.
all that music now, like now with all the streaming services, because they're not on there because they're
That's what I was gonna say.
copyrights. They're not on there, so it's like, where's all that music go?
Well, that's a generation of music that's like a vault, basically, that only people who live through it know exists, or if you pass it down to kids.
Yeah.
Because kids, you can't go on Spotify and type in fucking like DJ Who Kid and G Unit fucking Future Is Now or some shit, or like G Unit Radio Part 36, or like, you know what I mean? Remember how many G Unit radios there were?
Oh man, like the tapes?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
G Unit Radio!
too many.
Who Kid!
Is that Pip still around?
Man.
Say what?
Is that Pip still around?
Yeah, so that Piff you can still go and access, and they have an app,
that
so you can still like they have an app, so you can actually like peep it on your phone and shit. But it's just like kids aren't really doing that now, right? Because nothing goes to that Piff, everything goes to these other streaming services and shit. So like the traffic, I bet, is slower and slower by the year for that Piff. But it's like there was a whole 10 years of like the best hip hop that was coming out from like 2000 to 2010.
Well, back when like
were mixtapes.
Well, back
like
when,
that's when the mainstream shit kind of like went downhill.
Like mixtapes aren't even mixtapes no more. Like mixtapes are now like original content now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like back when like
it's just
like,
they don't want to call it an album.
Mixtapes were all not, like when you rapped over like other people's beats and shit like that. That's what mixtapes were at one point. You know?
Yeah.
Like who were the real like Alchemist, Green Lantern?
Oh, the Green Lantern tapes are fire.
Yo, you remember? You know who was one of my favorite
mixtape
rappers back in the day was actually Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
Remember how he was sick, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He used to have all those punches. Like I remember feeling him hard, man. Like
his mixtape shit was like better than his album.
Yeah,
shit.
some dudes really shined on the mixtapes.
Yeah,
and like how the mixtape started, it was like
Fabulous. Budden was a mixtape rapper.
Yeah, even like
dudes got big off that. You know, like
Lil Wayne really made his like he was around before the tape era, but like he really like got popping through the mixtape era.
But like the era before that, when mixtapes like those were when artists started making their own mixtapes. Before it was all DJs. Like
yeah.
Like I remember like
Funk Flex tapes and shit like that.
I remember one of my favorite tapes, cassette, was the Funk Flex and Big Cap, The Tunnel.
Yeah.
It had like it started off with the Biggie and Tupac freestyle, and then it had Rough Riders right after that. Has Snoop rapping over the Biggie beats.
I'm pretty sure The Tunnel, that's what If I Get Locked Up Tonight was
on.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. The Funk Flex and Big Cap tape. We were listening to that this morning.
I like that.
I think it might have been the first time I heard M, because that was right before
Eminem?
the Slim Shady.
That was before Slim Shady?
It was right before.
Oh, word.
I think that might have been the first time I heard M was that song.
He's drunk as shit in that fucking song.
Yeah, which one?
If I Get Locked Up Tonight?
Is he?
Hey, listen to him. You can just like hear it in his voice. He's fucking drunk.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure at the song he's like, I'm drunk past the test or some shit like that.
Because if I get locked, that's right.
Yeah.
Then I might not come home tonight.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, that was a dope tape. Cassette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassettes,
back when like
man.
and like
side
even
A,
like
side B.
Even even some people's like cassettes they'd make it so like when you flip the tape, it was like almost like another like intro. I remember like the Method Man and Redman.
The brick Shaolin, the brick Shaolin.
When you flip the tape over, that's what it was.
Yeah, that beat's so fire.
Yo, straight up, that Blackout, just for the record, is my favorite album to listen to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm driving or something, like, it's just...
Remember when we went to Ohio, how much we bumped the shit out of that?
Definitely a super
when we went to Rock the Bell, remember how much I wilded out for Method Man and Redman at Rock the Bells?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, like, I was wilding out.
That was one of the best performances I've ever seen from a hip-hop act.
Fucking, what's his name?
Red at Rock the Bells.
Debo came out on the bike during the set, remember, from Friday?
Debo came out on the bike,
I got that pic with him.
That's dope.
He just came out during Method Man and Redman's set. Remember I caught Method Man's towel?
Yeah.
That was my show towel for a couple years. I don't know what happened to it. I think I gave it to some kid who really liked Method Man more than me. I don't remember.
And the kid probably just like took it home and used it as
probably
a cum rag.
Oh. Like
probably sitting under some dark couch in like in a murky area of some guy's perverted basement and fucking it hasn't seen the light of day for like got like fungus growing on it and cum stains from MSN days.
Why has there got to be cum on it? Can't it just be a fucking hand towel? Fucking fucking
Nah,
mess.
because he had to show that shit disrespect. Like something you cherish,
towel.
you give it to this kid because you think he's gonna cherish it more. He probably gets home and he's like, his high wears off or he's not drunk anymore. He's like, the fuck is this towel doing?
He was like,
Fuck
yo,
is-
yo,
I'm like,
I
I'm
never
just
want-
not on
he's
it.
like, this towel is all I need.
Well, I didn't even mean it on some like gay fan shit like that. I just meant like he just like wakes up and he's like, the fuck is this towel come from? Oh fuck it, just nut quick and just fucking kick it under the couch or something.
I gotta pause myself for that one.
But fucking now that you say that, yeah, it could be like some gay stand shit too. Yo, there's a high probability that is a cum rag now.
Have you guys obviously have talked about kill shot and fucking all that shit obviously
Yeah.
already, eh?
Yeah. Did we talk about it?
Yeah,
You must have.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Early
I'm
September.
pretty sure
when that
we
was
wouldn't
going
have
on.
not talked about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how couldn't you?
I
It's the
forget
only
what
thing.
we even talk about anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm
So,
so drunk when we do this.
You think
shit.
there's a clear winner in that, just for
You know
the
what?
record?
Personally, like I think M won, but a lot of people think MGK's diss was a better record. Now I don't know. A lot of them say it was a better record. M went at him lyrically better, but then other people say like MGK had better disses in his record too. So like, at the end of the day, I personally think Eminem won, but I think that's one that's kind of like
I know I feel
it's fair to
biased to
debate.
say it. Just
I kind of
because-
do too, but
Yeah,
But at the same
I think like
time-
it's fair to debate. It's like Ether and Takeover, like.
You
A
love
lot.
them both.
The large consensus would be Nas won, which is kind of like, or like, a good consensus would be that Nas won.
But,
Maybe
like,
not the
either-
large, but like more than 50%, right? But like Ether became a term. But like same with this, I think like a larger consensus of people would say Eminem won, but a lot of people do believe that MGK took it too. And so it's like there's like that balance. But like as to me, like I think Ether's a better record than Takeover.
but with like the,
I think so, too.
Well, I think it's a
I-
better
I-
diss. Takeover's a better
I'm not even-
record. Ether's a better diss.
I don't even like the Takeover
Fair enough.
record.
And same with
I
Kill
don't-
Shot
I don't-
and
I wasn't
Rap
really big
Devil.
on the
Rap Devil's a
Takeover
better
song.
record. Kill Shot's a better diss.
Ether was directly at fucking at Jay, whereas Jay didn't initially don't be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen. Wasn't
yeah.
initially he only did the first two verses and then he came out with the third one.
Yeah, because
later.
he did it live at Summer Jam. And
Right.
he pulled down the picture of Prodigy
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
when he was like a dancer as a kid.
And I think
Right.
on the Summer Jam, he just said,
Ask Nas, you don't want to wear hoes.
Yeah, yeah,
Ended it at
yeah,
that.
and ended it at that. And they had a couple. There were a couple other rhymes songs they had.
They
at
did
each other
like
first.
I think
forget-
Super Ugly came out before, didn't it?
Yes,
I think Super
Yeah.
Ugly and
they each had one, or maybe one of them had two.
it all kind of started with like the Mev Bleak shit. Like
yeah,
what's he say on? Was it Got My Mind Made Up?
I think it was that.
Life is written, so who you trying to be or something?
Yeah.
And then Nas on the
the-
Bridge 2001, he's like, oh no, you didn't
didn't
want to know
know
whose
whose
life was written, the life I'm living, the ice, the women,
He
the
killed that
kites
too.
I'm sending.
That's such an ill verse.
Bridge
too,
is
though.
That shit
over.
is
The
ill.
bridge is over. Is that like the original hip hop beat? Probably the bridge.
The Bridge is like the first notable, not notable, but the first like
Who was it?
big hip hop beef. But
Right.
before that, you would have had Roxanne verse Roxanne Shantae verse what UTFO.
Roxanne.
Was it
Shante.
I don't think that was
UTFO?
first. I think it was
Wow.
It would have been Cool Mo
It-
D
it-
and
it-
Busy B. Would have
Yeah,
been
yeah,
the
yeah.
first like
that one right there. Yeah.
technical like rap battle beef. But like but it wasn't really a beef, but it was like the first like sparring back and forth, like because the crews used to battle, right? Like Fantastic Four, or you know, like Funky 4+1 and like I don't know, all those groups back then had like such similar names. I'm probably mixing them all up, but like they used to battle, right? But they wouldn't like directly battle. Like Grandmaster Caz wasn't going at them like, yo, fuck you, I fucked your bitch, right? Like they would battle sets. So who had the better performance, and that's how you would battle
Yeah,
back in
right.
the day. And then with
It
the
was just to improve your rhyming skills.
well, and it
right?
was kind of like they'd be like competitions. Like you
Yeah.
would take home like $100 or something. You know what I mean? And you would have your crew, a DJ and like 5 rappers, and the other person would have like a crew, a DJ and 5 rappers, and you would each like perform like, let's say like a 20-minute set or something, or a 10-minute set, and then you'd go back and forth performing your sets, and the crowd would judge who won. Right? That was like the original
right.
battles. And then Cool Mo D and Busy B was the first one where like Cool Mo D went up and like dissed him.
Yeah.
And then from there, I would say, I don't know, what, like the first real beef on wax? I think it'd have to be Roxanne Shantae versus
Yeah, on Wax, I think that might be
Roxanne, and then what followed it, all the Roxanne imitations and all that shit. Like, I think that would have been really the first.
True.
Well, actually, Nas says it.
87.
What's Nas saying on Represent? Before the
Represent. I don't know.
how's the last verse start? Before the KRS One beef with MC Shan, around the time when Shantae dissed the real Roxanne.
Yeah.
So the Roxanne wars were definitely before the bridge is over.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, because she was the first one. She was the first one to pop in the Juice Crew. Like, that was the first, like, big record Marley produced was Roxanne's Revenge.